Where the articles of impeachment against former President Trump have been delivered to the Senate. It accuses the former president of inciting the January 6th Capitol riot. CBS reporter Skyler Henry is in Washington with what comes next. Skyler?
Hey, Liz, good evening to you. Well, now we will move in a bit of slow motion, if you will. The senators will be sworn in as jurors for this impeachment trial tomorrow, as well as Senate President pro tempore Patrick Leahy, who will preside over this trial. Then there will be about 2 weeks or so to allow both sides to gather their arguments and make their legal cases.
For the second time in nearly a year, House impeachment managers marched across the Capitol and presented the article of impeachment against former President Trump to the Senate.
Article 1, incitement of insurrection.
The House impeached the former president for a second time nearly 2 weeks ago in connection to the deadly January 6th storming of the U.S. Capitol.
He threatened the integrity of the democratic system, interfered with the peaceful transition of power, and imperiled a co-equal branch of government.
Senators will be sworn in as members of the impeachment court on Tuesday, but the trial won't begin for another 2 weeks.
The first chance I get to vote to end this trial, I'll do it, because I think it's really bad for America. If you want to hold people accountable, there's other ways to do it, particularly for presidents.
The theory that the Senate can't try former officials would amount to a constitutional get-out-of-jail-free card for any president who commits an impeachable offense.
U.S. Supreme Court Chief Justice John Roberts presided over the first impeachment trial for former President Trump. This time, Senate President pro tempore, Vermont's Patrick Leahy, will preside over the second trial, now that Mr. Trump is out of office. Federal officials tell CBS News that law enforcement has been issued a warning about internet chatter involving threats against congressional members in relation to the impeachment proceedings. National Guard presence will continue through the trial, but it is drawing down from the 25,000 that were here to 5,000 service members by mid-March.
Now, what's important to remember here, Alan and Liz, is that 17 Senate Republicans would be needed to side with Democrats in order to convict President Trump, and then there would need to be another vote to decide whether if President Trump would be able to run